Hey, I wanted to come on and share with you something that I was thinking about today. And I have to go back and tell you a story about my teaching years. Sounds like so long ago, but it was just not even a year ago that I retired. But the year that I taught third grade, I loved teaching third grade. I loved teaching the students reading. I loved teaching writing. And one of the things that I noticed, this was when I was like first started teaching, but anyways, I noticed as a new teacher that kids, when they were reading, like in my small group, they would stop and they would freeze if they couldn't read a word. And no matter how hard I tried to tell them, hey, just sound it out. It's okay. You can get it wrong. I make mistakes all the time. But it was so hard. Or here's another one. When they would be writing, they would freeze and they'd just hold their pencil and they'd sit there. And I'd say, well, what's wrong? And they'd be like, I don't know how to spell the word. And I'd say, that's okay, just sound it out. I'm not grading on spelling. I'm not even thinking about it. I just want you to enjoy writing. And they couldn't do it. And so finally, you know what I did? I started handing out pencils and I broke off all the erasers. And I never, at the beginning of the year, I never handed out from then on those big erasers that we send kids with. Because you know what? I didn't want them to worry about being perfect. I wanted them to enjoy the process. Isn't that how we learn in life? We have to do it messy. We just have to try and we have to do it. And this is such a good personal lesson for me because sometimes I've bought into that lie, the lie of I have to be perfect. I have to look perfect, I mean, I can't tell you, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I thought about, only if I had better teeth, if they were whiter, or only if I looked better in a bathing suit, then I'd put a bathing suit on and get in the pool. There's been days when I haven't done that. And I'm like, you know what? Forget that. That's silly. But, I just want us to not buy into the lies of perfection because that's what the world wants us to do. You know what? I've decided I invite people over even when my house is messy. You know what, get in my car. I'll drive even though there's a bunch of toys in the back from the grandkids or, my stuff. Let's be real. But, there's a verse and it says Matthew 5:48, and this is what got me thinking. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Well, you know what? That isn't saying that we have to be flawless. It's saying that we just have to try and aspire to that. Years ago, I remember I couldn't do something, and now I do it beautifully because I did it messy. Life's messy.